Thank you. Natasha keeps me out of trouble. She's
Start that again.
a rock star agent down in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Thank you, Natasha. Appreciate that.
Say what you said again so we could get it all recorded. It's on the
Yeah. Well, that's
rock star.
Thank you for that. But yeah, just want to acknowledge some the leadership in the room, guys, my mentors, and either that really helped me. I would not be where I am today without these two gentlemen, Mr. Guy Allen and Mike Houston. And I guess I'll start with Guy Allen. Guy, would you have some words, sir? Welcome, Mr. Guy Allen.
Thank you. It's great to see all of you guys here this morning. This is fantastic, Rob, for you to put this together, and what you're doing is very important that we collaborate and get together and exchange ideas. I was very fortunate to be one of the first to come into EXP here in Virginia with my sponsor. So to see the fruits of the growth over the last almost, I guess this year is going to be 10 years, is just phenomenal. EXP is just a fantastic company. And Mike Houston, him and I have been locked arms for the last 2 years, and to bring on someone with masterful skills like Rod. I still call him the real estate whisperer. He's kind of like soft spoken, but next thing you know, he's locking down these icon trophies, but I don't know how he does it, but he does it like a bumblebee, but nevertheless, hey, you guys are in the right place at the right time. You could not have picked a better company. You could never picked a better time in the industry to focus on your real estate careers. Over the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see some major changes. So get on this train, stay on this train, pick up everything that you could possibly learn to grow your businesses. So thank you, Rod. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to say hello. And to all of you, it's just great to see all your beautiful smiling faces. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys again in person when this whole pandemic thing is gone. We get together and we can hug it out like we used to do. But good seeing you. Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you, Guy. And then Mike and Tara, I don't know if Tara's around, but we got Mike Houston here. Mike and Tara helped me write my first contract, guys. So about a little over 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, they helped me write my first contract, guys. So early mentors to me, and my wife is, definitely a couple that we look up to, and they're doing amazing big things in the real estate industry. So Mr. Houston, go ahead.
All right. Good morning. Happy Friday. How's everybody feeling this morning?
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Awesome. Good morning.
Man, well, I'll tell you, it's great to be here. Great to see so many familiar faces. And I'll tell you, excited. Like Rod said, I got my notepad too, because note takers are money makers. So excited to hear from these dynamic speakers on today. And earlier in just a few minutes ago, I posted in our group, Learners are Earners. So, hey, that's great that you all are here. Ready to learn and ready to earn. But hey, before I just say a few words, first of all, I got to acknowledge Guy Allen as well, because my wife and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that man. That's my sponsor. Allen. Like he said, we were going for 9+ years, and when we took a look at Exp Realty, I knew there was going to be some people that said, I'm glad I did, and some that said, I wish I had. So I know all of us on here said, I'm glad I did. So
glad I did.
So, I know. Really excited. I can't say enough. That's right. And I can't say enough about Rod and LaCherie. I mean, they joined us shortly after we came on board, and believed in the vision, and the early adopters like some others on here when we were just a blank sheet of paper, Exp Realty. Having to build it, almost had to help build this company from scratch, and that's right. Just excited about now where we are. I mean, they're 4-time icon agents. Built a great productive agent group themselves all around the country, and so definitely hang on to their coattails, because they're teaching and training from experience, not something that they just read on YouTube and say, hey, this will be great. But I've watched them, he said that, hey, we helped them write their first contract. I remember that. I always say now he's doing so much business, he's helping us write our offers. So, no, just really excited to be here. So I'm gonna get out the way because, I'm ready to hear from, the great agents that are gonna be part of the panel on today. So definitely take notes, and more importantly, apply what you learn. That's the key, take action. And so, hey, great to see everybody. Hey, let's make it happen, and let's keep building legacies. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Rob.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Mike Houston. Let's give Mike Houston and Guy Allen another round of applause. Appreciate them coming on this morning, just being able to thank you for your leadership. Yeah. So guys, we're getting ready. We want to welcome all of our guests too, those who are on for the very first time. If you can just wave your hands, come off mute, just say hello, wave. But we just thank you all for being with us on this morning, guys. And again, welcome. Well, y'all are definitely in for a treat on this morning. Guys, we're going to be talking about how to get more listings, how to get more luxury listings. So we have a great panel of speakers. We ask that you just hold your questions during their presentation. And after their presentation, we'll open it up a few minutes just for a few questions from each of the speakers, if we can do it that way. So, but how many of y'all believe that y'all deserve luxury listings, higher price listings? I know Mr. Houston just closed on $1 million listing on yesterday.
Congratulations.
Yeah. He just closed on $1 million listing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When I saw the Houston selling $1 million homes, it inspired me to like, man, maybe I can do that. So that's the effect that we want to have on today. You see these other list agents who are about to come on, who are listing $1 million homes or higher price luxury homes in the top percentage of the market in that area. Guys, you know, it gives you a little boost of confidence that you can do it too. So, you know, I'm not one of the speakers this morning, but I just wanted to give you just a few little nuggets, because people are asking, hey, Roddy, you're going to share too. But just a few little nuggets that I wrote down, guys. You know, get familiar. If you want to be in the luxury market, start looking up listings. Go out on certain luxury listings in Great Falls and some of these neighborhoods and Guy Allen's neighborhood. You know, look up some luxury listings, some $1 million homes, and even just start reading the remarks, looking at the remarks, looking at the pictures. You know, it's not 2 or 3 pictures on a cell phone. It's more like 100 pictures, 50 to 100 pictures, drone footage. Start doing some research. Eliminate the fears. That's what we the point of this this session on this morning is help you to start eliminating the fears. Eliminate anything that can hold you back. In 2021 and these last couple of years, I decided that I wanted to give myself a raise and start, selling higher price homes. So that's what I did, guys. So if you want to give yourself a raise, start looking and farming and advertising and marketing yourself in higher price homes, guys.
I can't hear you, Rod.
Hey, Rod, you're on mute.
You want to mute?
Self.
Wow, I'm not sure how that happened. Okay, good. Maybe my arms were just flapping and hit the side. But guys, get comfortable, guys. Get comfortable sitting across the table from someone who may be, living in your dream home. Maybe somebody that's driving your dream car. Or have your dream, making your dream income. You got to get comfortable being able to sit across from a person like that. Get your team together. Maybe you want to partner with a staging company. Get you a professional photographer, partner up with a professional photographer, someone that does drone videos, footage, professional, get a good lender, attorney, someone that specializes in jumbo loans, start doing CMAs and have a budget. You're listing $1 million home, guys. You need to have a budget. You're not going to get by just, like I said, with your cell phone and just slapping a lockbox on it. You got to have a budget for great photos, great drone footage, marketing that property. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Have a budget.
Yes.
Get good at writing good listing remarks. Do some research. The perks and conveyance of the homes. $1 million homes, sometimes they convey with all the furniture. So you need to be able to write that stuff up. Looking at waterfront properties, you need to become familiar with docks and boat lifts and riffraff and those type of things, guys. So get out there and learn, talk, network with some other lucky agents, and go out to write this URL down, guys. So if somebody can put it in the chat for me, luxuryhomemarketing.com. luxuryhomemarketing.com. You may want to go take the training. This is the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing, and I'm certified with the Luxury Home Marketing designation. I have that designation. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Go to luxuryhomemarketing.com and take the training. And if you've done listings, if you sold listings in the top 10% of that market, you are qualified for the designation, guys. So the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing. take a look at that when you get a chance, guys. Go out there and read. There's great education information out there. Get comfortable with your presentations, guys. Learn a little bit about personality types. Won't get deep into personality types in this session, but learn about personality types, high Ds, high level people in the workplace. You're going to be supporting, you're going to be, serving people who are CEOs, VPs, directors, senior officers, high ranking enlisted, so who own these enlisted properties. So you want to learn a little bit about these people, high network people, well educated. They're going to challenge you. It is not gonna, you want to be prepared when you're going in for these luxury appointments. Preview luxury homes. Get out and take a look at some. Just walk through and preview them. Go to some of the open houses, but just get comfortable in the luxury arena, guys. So just a few things I wanted to throw out there. So I'm gonna get out of the way for this amazing panel. And I think the first speaker that we have coming up is the real deal, Tim Neal. Tim, let's see. I want to give Tim a hand. Tim is a native of Washington, D.C. metropolitan area and currently resides in Northern Virginia. He gained a passion for real estate while traveling around the world, serving as a United States Army officer for 20 plus years. All right. Thank you for your service, Tim.
Welcome.
Tim says, I've since turned that desire to fuel my real estate career as a professional consultant, leading the cutting edge industry of real estate. So I believe in diligent, hard working hand and a hand with each of my clients to provide the highest level of customer service, individualized attention and integrity, all while maintaining the utmost levels of confidentiality and respect. Being a great listener and understanding my clients' needs makes everyone feel comfortable and at ease while working with me. And he says, his priority is ensuring his clients have a clear understanding of home selling and buying process by keeping the lines of communication open and accessible. He says he will always be honest and upfront, making sure that all parties are satisfied with transaction procedures. He believes it's essential to find a real estate agent that is deeply involved in the business and love what they do to make their clients have a successful and happy experience. He says, without a doubt, I am always ready and willing to help you with all your real estate needs and look forward to making your next selling and buying space and experience memorable. He's married to one wife, Mrs. Erica Neal, for over 30 years. Wow, that's awesome, guys. 30 years. He looked 30 years old himself.
Nice. Congrats, Tim.
They have two young adult children, Eric and Tania. They enjoy traveling, roller skating, working around the house, doing, do-it-yourself projects, and he's actively involved in his church. Tim is a minister at Harvest Life Church and business networking. So without any further ado, guys, let's welcome Mr. Tim Real Deal Maserati Neal.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
On the day, appreciate that introduction, man. I'll go ahead and send a check in the mail to you. You pick it up.
All right.
Appreciate that, brother. Hey, family. Hey, welcome all the guests and those part of the Dream Team. I'm glad to be before you here today. It's just an honor. I tell you, just a little backstory. I've been in EXP, one of the early adopters as Guy and Mike Houston and Rod brought me aboard, first real estate company. And, I just came in and just kind of hit the ground running. I just wanted to, just hungry to learn what I could about this industry. And I'm constantly learning every week, growing, taking things from all these different calls here and there, just trying to, hone my craft, sharpen my skills. And, but I love real estate. I'm passionate about, like my bio said, really helping people. But one thing, I'm really always excited about hearing what other people have to share, because I always feel there's a lot of different ways to do the same thing. And somebody may just have a better idea. So I really like to listen to other people and just kind of take and tweak some of the things that I'm doing. So what I'm gonna share with you today is what I do when I go to a listing appointment. And as we shared on our first call, there's a lot of different ways that you can go out. Some people are just, depending on that client, whether there's somebody that you know personally, somebody that you would refer to, or maybe they were a cold call, FISBO, door knocking, or whatever. Sometimes approaches it a little bit differently. What I'm kind of sharing today is kind of people that, that or somewhat familiar with. They may be a referral, maybe just not a personal referral, but somebody that I was referred to. And even if they're family, I still do a professional presentation, if that makes sense. So sometimes I adjust it a little bit, depends on who it is. But this is what I normally do when I go out to do a presentation. I don't try to change or deviate. I may tweak it a little bit, but I just want to share with you real quick on some of the things that I do. Okay, y'all ready?
Yes,
Ready?
we are.
Say you ready?
Ready.
All right, all
Let's
right.
do a real
So,
deal.
what I like to do when I get that referral, get the conversation going on the phone, and just kind of establish a time when I can go by, a good time when I can have the husband, the wife. Well, I'm not gonna say husband and wife. Whoever the decision makers, those who on title, whatever that's going to make those decisions, to make sure that both of them are home at the same time, because it's very important for that. Because you don't want to just present the one and then the other one is not in agreement, and then they come together and find out there's a conflict. So you don't want that to happen in the very beginning. You want to get everybody at the table and make sure it's a comfortable time, that you're going to have space set aside, maybe a couple of hours that you're going to come over, that you can block off to come and sit down, when they're comfortable, they're home from work, they're not rushing, trying to make dinner, feed the dog, kick the kids. I think I said that backwards. Feed the kids and kick the dog. But you just want to kind of make sure that those things, you want to set the environment, set the expectation before you get there, if that makes sense. Okay. Prior to going to the listing presentation, what I like to do, hey Rod, I need to share screen, man. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tim. I think you are a co-host, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can y'all, let me see. Can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what I like to do, I like to send out the seller information sheet, because I need to get some information about them before I even come to the house, because that way I can kind of set the expectations when I get there to really know who they, maybe a little bit who they are. And I try to send this out in advance to try to get that information and have them send it back to me. Okay. And I got this sheet from Mike Houston about 10 years ago. We got started, and I still use it today. I'm not changing. Okay. I'm just copying the right cat, keep it moving. Right. Just put my information on. I took Mike's stuff off because they kept calling him. But I do just get, just regular information, get a little bit of background from them, the house they're selling, because sometimes it may be a house they're living in. It may be a house that they're renting and they want to sell. So I want to know, tenant occupied, things like that. So I kind of go through this real, get the information, how, and ask those basic questions, how quickly you need to sell. So I can kind of get motivation. Do they need proceeds if, they're buying a new home? What they liked about their home, which factor community, because those are things I'm gonna need when I market their home. What they liked about it, I can share some of those things in a comment. Close to Metro, close to 95, good school district. I can put those things in there that they kind of told me what they may miss about the home. Mortgage payment, how much they owe. I'm gonna need that to go to put together the seller net sheet. So I need to know how much do they owe, how much is the HOA fee, things like that. So I don't have to ask them again when I get there. I can just confirm it once I'm sitting in front of them. Okay. And I'm talking fast because we got a lot of speakers, so I'm trying to get through this. So I don't talk this fast at the presentation. So I'm just giving this real quick. Mortgage payments, and then I ask them this question right here. What do you expect the value of the home to be? That's within there, the value, because I want to kind of see where their mind is at. Because sometimes we know buyers go ahead, they go to Zillow, Trulia, Real.com, talk to their neighbor, whatever. And sometimes the expectation may be a little bit differently than what the real value of their house is. Or maybe, they have done some things to the house. Any upgrades they have done to their house, things like that prior to that they may have already done to their house, and any upgrades, because this will help them in establishing that value probably before I get there to kind of know where they may fall in. And then also when we do the CMA, the kind of the CMA and the appraisal, those things we want to add in there, some of the upgrades they had within the listing, and then also to support the appraisal if we need to add that when that time comes around, just to let them know that. So we send that out, get that out to them, okay? Next thing, any questions on that before I go to the next one?
I do. I have a quick question, Tim. So do you send that with electronically and have them complete it electronically, or you have them like print it, or how do you get that to them? Just like the logistics of
Whichever way they can. I tell them, look, you can take it and print it and fill it out and take a screenshot and send it back to me on your phone, or you can take it and fill it out and just send it back to me electronically. So people do whatever is comfortable. I get handwritten. I get ones that just fill it out and send it back. Okay.
Okay.
And then I can keep that sheet in my file once it comes back, because that way I have a book where I actually have, the buyers and things, so I can keep that sheet in there. Okay. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do y'all see my next screen?
Not yet.
No, we're looking at you.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Let me okay. Let me try to do this.
Just have to reshare it again.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me do this. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, okay. I got the other screen. Can y'all see my next screen?
Yes, we can now.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
basically, when I get to the house, of course, I'm greeting the buyer and seller, and based on some of the information they may have told me, they said they want to move. At the seller information sheet, they may move. They and Rob may know this one. They're moving to Florida. Okay. They may be moving from one city to the next city. And I say, come in. I say, hey, how's it going? Small talk. Hey, you guys ready to move to Florida? You guys ready to to move to Maryland, whatever. Come in some small talk. They say, yeah. I say, hey, where can I put them information? So what I do when I come to the house, I have a book. I don't know if y'all, can y'all see my book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So my book has, I have the picture of the house on the front. Inside the book, I already have my listing document, paperwork in here, put that to the side. And then I have, as I go through it on this presentation, I'm gonna show you, I have my CMA, I have my seller's net sheet, I have my marketing plan, a little bit about who I am, Exp Realty, a checklist, things I'm gonna do to get the house up. So this is for them, okay? This is for them, because I've done it on computer before and things like that. But once I take my computer and leave, they probably forgot half of the stuff I told them. So I got to give them something tangible. That's just me, okay, to leave with them when I leave. And this is what you're going to see right here, okay? And this is just a little plastic binder that has already plastic sleeves built in it already. You can get these off Amazon. Just search it, okay? Anyway, so what I do is put that down on the table. I said, what can I, put my things down. I said, let's go take a look at your house. Because, everybody wants to talk about their house, how nice their house is. Great, let's go for a tour. Take me for a tour. So they'll take me through, as Rod said before, I go through, I'm looking at the house, I'm making comments, I may see maybe a military flag. Hey, I was in the military, what unit you were in? I see the kids, whatever. I'm going to comment on some things in the house, maybe some of the dishes they done, maybe just, I want to try to keep it in a positive light. Even if I see some things that may stand out, I may not point them out right there. I may ask a question, about something, but normally I try to keep it on a lighter side, talking to them, asking some questions as we're going through the house. Oh, is this going to be staying with your house? The washer and dryer stand? Oh, okay. What about the big screen TVs? Are those staying this time? Whatever. I'm going through the house real quick, just looking through the house and really getting a good observation of what we got going on in there, seeing how it compares to the condition of the house compared to what the CMAs that I know I looked online, did my homework, looked at the conditions of those houses, pulled up the pictures and kind of mentally know what this house that I'm looking at compares to the other houses. So I kind of know where they fall in the CMA. Okay, so now then we sit down at the table. I said, great. I said, listen, let's go over the seller information sheet. We'll go over the seller info. I said, I said, thank you. I thank them for sending me seller information. I said, well, great. Hey, listen, I just want to verify some information before we get started. Thank you for giving me the seller information sheet. See that you ready to move that. And I just kind of verify. I'm just confirming some of the things that they told me. Price, how much they owe, where they want to move, kids, schools, whatever they telling me. I'm just kind of verifying it. And we may have a little bit of conversation in there just to kind of get to know them, what they do, because this is about them in their house at this time. So the next thing I do, once we get that stuff verified, I said, well, great. I said, well, listen, I have done a market analysis on your house. This CMA right here comes from RPR Records. 95% of the time, I take it straight from the MLS. But this house was a newly built house. It didn't have the information on the MLS. So sometimes it don't have that. It didn't have the flowery pictures, if that makes sense. I could pull it up with the tax record, but this one was better. Okay. So this was one down in Maryland. So pulled it up, kind of say, hey, I did a comp analysis. This is kind of where we fell at. Some of the ranges on your home. Just want to confirm, is this the size of your house, square footage that they said, no, our house, actually, we finished the basement, this, that, the other. We're actually more like a 7,500 square feet now. Oh, okay, great. Glad to know it. I'm kind of building that into what I as I'm doing my presentation, just verifying this, you know, the information that's accuracy that they have on the on RPR records or MLS. And then I say, well, you know, my ML on my listing on my CMA, I say, actually, these are the houses within your community where I was able to pull that data, and you can see they're right here within your community, a lot of the homes. So we do that. So next thing you know, I just go down to CMA. I start doing a comparison. I say, these are the houses that I selected that you know, are same, you know, like in kind houses, bedroom, bathroom, some a little bigger, some smaller, because your house is actually, since you added a couple of bedrooms, they're a little bit smaller than your house as far as square footage and bedroom size. But these is what we had on the market within the last 6 months. I kind of go over to CMA, you know, and I talk about, you know, as you can see, like a kind bedrooms, bathrooms, because we want to compare apples to apples, square footage, and you know, kind of when they put those houses on the market, they were recently sold or if they were pending. Okay, so I go through that, and I even go through days on market, and I say, as you can see, this house was on the market. It was 42 days, and I did CMA a while ago, and I say this house was on the market for 42 days. This house was on the market for 1 day. This house was on the market, so you can kind of see where we priced that. You know, we want to get your house sold quick, so I go down to CMA, and then I as I'm going through there, and I'm kind of telling them a little bit of features about maybe some of the other houses, not in a way to belittle their house, but if I say, well, your house right now, although you have granite countertops, this, that, the other, the house down the street, it's sold for such and such. They hadn't done anything. Your house is in much better condition than theirs. So I believe your house has a little bit more value. So I'm going through this to really establish where I want to guide them when it comes to the price. Okay. And then I kind of give them the strategy. I say, you know, the lowest price, the median, the high price. Based on your house, what I'm seeing here and what you have done to your house, very nice house. I think we're right around about $800,000. I said, that's where I think where we're gonna start at, and I think we can get top dollar for your house. And based on the market condition as currently today, I believe that we can really get some strong offers on your house. They say, okay, great. So then I go down, I break out my seller's net sheet. I already done that because I kind of know how much they owe for their house based on their seller information sheet. I kind of put my commission in there, of what, you know, how much we're going to charge you for the commission, all that stuff. And so basically, did I put it in this one? I don't know if I did this one. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I did on this one. But basically, I put the numbers in there so that way they can look at the numbers, and I say at the end of the day, your net proceeds will be $105,000. Is that a number that you can live with? They say, yeah. Okay, great. I say, you know, they may have some questions right then, but we can talk about it, okay? And because they may say, I thought it was higher, I thought it was lower, and at the time we have a little discussion with that. The next thing we're gonna do is, and the other CMAs I do, I even have the agents commission in there. Okay, so I say, okay, well, great. I said, well, definitely I can get your house. I'm confident I can get your house sold for top dollar for the least amount of time and least amount of hassle, and you know, get you moving forward. So something like that. Okay. So then I say, okay, great. Since I'm going to be selling your house, why don't you just know just a little bit about, you know, about me and my company and what we're going to do to get your house sold for top dollar. Okay. I said, yeah. And I just kind of skip over this. This is kind of who I am. And I tell you what, right now is a great time to sell. You know, low interest rates, people doing above asking price. Most buyers not ask for closing costs. So I kind of go through some of the things that with the market condition of at that time. Okay. And I tell them, hey, listen, we want to make sure that your house get in front of all the buyers out there. What we do at Exp Realty, make sure you get maximum exposure. We're a full state real estate company. We're in all 50 states. And basically, we can definitely get your house sold because we market not only here, but even outside of Virginia, okay, or Maryland or wherever I'm at. And then basically, we help you every step of the way, make sure that you have an understanding and have clear communication because we want to be upfront with you being honest, get your house sold for top dollar, okay? And then basically we're going to track the statuses of all of the transactions. I have a transaction coordinator who will be coordinating with you to make sure that all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and things of that nature. And we're going to get you the settlement so we can get your house sold quick. Okay, great. All right. And thanks to Mike Houston gave me this title, Real Deal Neil. So that's where my little branding come from. Okay.
Nice.
Not just self-aggrandizing, but it was just given to me and I just ran with it. Okay. So next thing I do, I said, okay, well, great. We'll go ahead and, you know, these are some of the things that we're going to do to get your house sold. We have a 28-day guaranteed marketing system. These are the things, not saying your house was going to sell in 28 days, but within 28 days, these are the things that we're putting in place to get your house sold. Okay, great. We're going to do some pre-marketing. And I list some of the things here that we're going to do. And I'm going to let y'all, I'll send this out so you guys can take a look at it. You know, as far as, you know, if we need to stage, if we need to do, we're going to do the, you know, the photos, anything we need to do to get the house prepared. Then we're going to do a 10-day marketing blitz. Within the first 10 days, we're going to make sure we got photos. We're going to do schedule open houses for the first 2 weeks. And we know the market has shifted a bit. And I'll let them know that, you know, we might not even get to the open house. We may schedule it, but you may have offers that, you know, are something that you want to accept even before that time. But these are the things we're going to put in place. So I have a list of things because a lot of agents don't have a marketing plan. This way I can give them something tangible that me and my team, the Real Deal team, is going to do. We're going to be looking for buyers for your home. We're going to do an open house. We're going to do a broker's open house. We're going to, you know, we're going to present this at our sales meeting and all that stuff, put it on Facebook. So I give them something tangible that they can have. That's phase 1. And then phase 2, if we don't get an offer, we're going to renegotiate, you know, we're going to go back, look at what we're doing and see if we need to reposition our marketing. Okay, so go through that. The next thing I tell them, I said, you know, your house is going to be in front of every qualified buyer. Of course, you know, Zillow and those ones, realtor.com, but these are other websites. There's going to go over hundreds of websites that they'll be able to see your house, not only just here, but around the country. Also, we're going to boost your home. We're going to do some paid advertisement to make sure that everybody sees your house, professional photos, so that everybody, even within your geographical area, will see your house is for sale. It's going viral. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is, of course, we're going to do our open houses, and we're going to make sure that we're following COVID protocols because we want to make sure people are protecting your home, that they're taking off their shoes and covers, and that they sign in so we know who's coming in and out of your house. Okay. This is your homework. I want you to prepare to get your home. So these are some of the things that we tell our buyers that they need to do. And so I give them this checklist, and I say this is kind of your list of some of the things that you need to do. Okay. And I even give them a little checklist. They go by and check and say all the things they need to do to get their house prepared. Okay. The staging, because some people, everybody's definition of clean ain't clean, or staging ain't staging. They say, well, I said this is going to be a process. So we're going to take it a little bit, a step at a time. But as we go through these things, we'll put down times, dates. I'll be coordinating with you. My transaction coordinator will be coordinating with you. But this way you can write down those different dates, critical dates, when we're going to do the photo shoots, when they're going to do a home inspection and things like this. So we've already done the seller information sheet. Appreciate that. We did the market analysis, and then we go ahead and schedule to, if we're going to do some staging, get the pictures done. If there's anything that you need to get done to your house before we get it on there, let's go ahead and get that date. So when you think you have it complete, so we can go ahead and get the house on the market, the photo shooting, and things like that. So you'll be able to follow along with the process all the way till we get a ratification. And then where do we go from there as far as even transferring utilities, the title company, and things of that nature. So you're going to be able to follow it every step of the way. So this is yours that you keep, that so you can follow along with the process. Of course, we be in communication throughout the whole time. So this will be for you. And the main thing is that we get your house sold quickly, as I told you, for top dollar. So that's what we do. And you know, if you got any questions, that some of the things I talked about, we could definitely address those. And just as a bonus, I like to just throw in a book that I co-authored that says My Proven System for Selling Homes First Time for Top Dollar. And basically it's just a lot of principles that you know, us realtors use, you know, first steps of selling your home, you know, upgrading with ROI, you know, do you need to change the refrigerator? Do you need to change the floor and things like that? So a lot of things are here that you can do to help, you know, to improve the value of your house. So just going to leave that with you. And, you know, if you got a chance, just take a look at it. And yeah, absolutely. Glad to go ahead and
Tim,
get your house
dropping
sold.
the book
And,
on them.
say again?
I said, okay, Tim, dropping the book on them.
Okay.
I like it.
And so, hey, you know, hey, definitely let's go ahead and get this house on the market. Let's go and get the paperwork completed, and we'll go ahead and get this house on the market. And I go ahead and break out the paperwork, and then we go through that, get that done, wrap it up, get a key if I can. I have my lockbox with me. Sometimes I take the sign, pins, and we go ahead and try to get the house on the market.
Nice. Tim,
Wow,
nice.
that's awesome.
Thank you, Tim.
That was great.
Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Wow.
Oh,
Thank you.
Good
Tim.
job, Tim.
Good job. Thank
Awesome,
you.
Tim.
Where
Can
do
we
I
give
sign,
Tim
Tim?
Real Deal a round of applause? That was great information, a lot of value, a
That's
lot of
phenomenal.
content.
Good job, man.
Presentation.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
That's like
awesome.
Kim has-
Awesome.
Rod,
I need a signed copy of that book.
Kim has her hand raised. Rod, looks like Kim has her hand raised in the queue, waiting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a quick question for Tim. Great presentation. That seller net sheet, is it in RPR or is that one that you added?
No, that's one I just added. Actually, I got that from Mike Houston back in the day. I got one for a seller and one for a buyer, one for a tenant. And so basically I take that same sheet and I just reinvent, I just put my information on it and I send that out and I give that to all my mentees that I train so they can use the same thing. Wherever I train, I give them the same stuff. I don't even try to change, say, use this because you need that information because you're going to have to go back and reference it. And so that way I have a book that I have all those, I put those in because if I need to reference it, but that way you have some information on them. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm done. Well, not done.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
all right.
Any other questions for Tim before we go to our next speaker?
I just want to ask him how you stay so young looking.
If you can use the reactions and use the raised hand feature, you can come, we can acknowledge you because we have a lot of people on today.
Jennifer Van Buren.
Tim, is there any way we can get a copy of your presentation?
Yes.
I would love to look it over.
Yes. How can I share it, Rob, with everybody?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you want them to email, send you an email, Tim.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop my email in there, and you can send me an email, and I will respond. I'm gonna put an email in the chat.
Now, the Dream Team, Dream Team is gonna be in. We're gonna ask Tim to put it in Dream Team Nation, our community platform.
Okay, that would be great.
Okay.
Okay, awesome, guys. Well, let's give Tim another hand. Awesome.
Awesome, Tim. That was amazing.
Great job, Tim. Awesome.
Thanks for sharing.
Good. Awesome.
I
guys.
see
Now-
another hand up, Rod.
Okay, go ahead.
Jennifer Van Buren has her hand up.
I think she already asked her question.
Okay.
Looks like
Okay.
Philip made, oh, that was a hand clap. Okay, next.
All right. Well, let's go to the next speaker. We're getting ready. Cam, where's Cam at? Cam.
Hey,
Cameron Wade.
I'm here.
All right. Now we're excited about Cameron Wade. This awesome young man is just killing it in the real estate industry. Little bit about him. Only 33 years old. 33 years old, wife, 3 children, married, a Marine for 8 years, realtor for about 5 years, worked in the mortgage department for Navy Federal for 3.5 years. He's an entrepreneur, owns several tropical smoothie cafes, franchises, also logistics with the government. This guy's an entrepreneur, businessman. Back in December, he taught an amazing class for us about business credit, how to scale your business with business credit, teaching us about Dun and Bradstreet numbers. And man, this young man is amazing. He's the youngest person. He and his wife are the youngest couple in $1 million plus neighborhood community here in our area. Just doing big things. I'm so proud of him, and he's killing it. Just took a couple of $1 million listings. So we want Cam to come and just share his knowledge, his expertise of what he's doing to get all these $1 million listings. So
That's right.
without further ado, Cam, the floor is yours, sir.
If you don't mind, can you share the presentation?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Good morning, doing well. Thank you.
Good morning.
So I'm gonna take a quick line from my grandfather. He's a pastor, and we would have second service, and he'd come in his first opening line. He'd say, "I won't hold you long." So today I won't hold you long.
Now we know it's gonna be long.
We know it's gonna be long when they say that.
It's gonna be long,
No, just give me about 7 minutes of your time, and I promise you I'll be out of here.
Hey guys, we're gonna do Q&A after he finishes, guys. Just hold your questions until the end, till Cam finishes. Thank you.
So really quickly, what I like to do is I like to be, if you will, more relatable than actually going in with the hard copies and everything of you kind of like somewhat. I do what Tim does, but what I do is I actually email that out prior to I get there. So therefore they have homework. So when I'm coming in, it's just me being me and me being able to relate with the actual potential client. And if I always go in with this mindset, and if you don't mind, Rod, can you go ahead and hit the next slide and hit that video? So I'm gonna play a short 3-minute video. And this is how the mentality, go back one, Rod.
Let's see here. This
That one.
is a video, sir.
Yeah, you should be able to click it and play.
It keeps, let's see here. It is, I don't see a link, Cam. It's just a picture.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second if you don't mind.
Okay. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Wait, maybe it's me.
And it should have been a link.
Is it a YouTube?
It is. It's if you can just run over it. It should have been a link. I apologize, everybody. Are you going over to YouTube really quick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's beast mode activated by Eric Thomas.
Oh, I love him. Woo. Yes.
120.
Yes, that's my man.
Let's see.
I go to a youth detention center, boom. I go to a prison, boom.
You gotta share it.
I come to corporate.
Is this it?
I don't know if I belong here.
No, that's the hour-long one. It's a shorter video. It's about 3 minutes long.
You could do this and you could do that, and you the only one ain't caught up with it yet. See, why you always on beast mode? I'm shocked more people are on beast mode. There are people who living from check to check and they comfortable. It's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, who you broke?
All right, sorry about that, everybody.
On several levels.
It's in your email, Rob.
Okay. Your grandma, I'm talking about you need to cash your grandma out.
Cash your grandma out.
Listen to me. Unless you number one in your industry, you shouldn't be chilling. And if you number one in your industry, you got no competition, you better be chilling. Every single day.
You gotta stop the other video, Rob.
Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to live in a certain neighborhood. Everybody wants to be the top of the top. Everybody wants to be phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
Until it's time to do what phenomenal does. Everybody, I told you that's why I'm not afraid. I'm not scared that some kid's gonna take my spot. If he does, he's gonna have to do it with sweat. He's gonna have to do it with tears. He's gonna have to do it with blood. He is going to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. If he can get up every day at 2:30, he deserves to take my spot. Some people are taking your spot and they shouldn't take it, but because you're average, it's easy to take your spot. It's easy. It's easy to get to the place before you get there. It's easy to take that client before you get to him. It's easy. It's easy to beat you. Why? You average. It's easy to beat you. You're excited. You come to the conference. You listen to the stuff. You're excited. But let me tell you something. Everybody wants to be a beast. Tom's going to take care of you. All these great speakers, Jet is going to take care of you. Look, this thing is deep. They're going to give you a list of every single thing a beast needs to do. There's only one thing they cannot do. They cannot turn your beast mode on. All right, I'm going to say it one more time. They're going to give you all the beast instructions. You're going to be like, what? Wow, it's only 20 things to do to be a beast. But when you take all that information home, there's one thing that they cannot do for you, and that's called turn the beast mode on. If you can take all of this information and turn beast mode on, there's absolute, look, see, I don't know what time it is. I'm not sure. I'm on a whole different time zone. I don't really know what's going on with my body and why my body is not getting the sleep that it's supposed to get. But listen to me. One time I'm speaking at 9, another time I'm speaking at 8:30 at night, another time I'm signing books at 9 p.m. I don't care about the time. My body does not go with the time. I teach my body, you adjust to the engagement, you adjust to the gig, you adjust to the presentation, you adjust to the piece. Why? You not average, you beast mode. So I don't care about what time it is. I have an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm in Australia. Every single time, I don't care if it's Melbourne, I don't care if it's Brisbane, I don't care if it's Sydney, whatever it is, and whatever it is, I've got to be in beast mode. Why? Because if I'm not in beast mode, Glenn's not bringing me back. I have to be in beast mode 24/7. And your problem is, you're like a university class. You are on beast mode Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Thursday, beast mode. Beast mode, 10 a.m. to 12, beast mode, 1 to 5. And I challenge you to make up the gap. I challenge you to go from average. I challenge you to go from good. I challenge you to go from great. And I challenge you to be phenomenal. I challenge you to live in beast mode, because beast mode makes more money than average does, period.
All right.
Love it. That was fire.
Pump you up.
So every time I go into a listing presentation, I want to have this mindset. I want to have the mindset of beast mode, because one thing that, you know, if you will, a competition in regards to if I'm going to get this listing or not, trust me, I'm gonna get this listing, and I'm gonna show you why I'm gonna get this listing here. If you can share the third slide for me.
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, death by PowerPoint. I've come to find out that most people don't want to sit through a whole PowerPoint slideshow and or kind of like presentation of what you can possibly do for them. So the number one thing that you could do is be yourself, be natural, have that genuine conversation with them, be relatable, let them know what you can actually do with them, be knowledgeable, and display how you can add value. Those coming from pretty quickly. So in regards to being relatable, what I like to do is I like to do my research prior to actually going and visiting that home. I'm going to learn everything about you. I'm going to, as much as I can about you via Google, or, you know, if I have to look you up on social media. If you post something about what you had for dinner last night, trust me, I'm going to be relating to that. Like, hey, you know, one of my favorite foods is salmon. You know, hey, we had salmon last night. They get you in the door to open up conversation. So the biggest thing, like I said, be knowledgeable and be relatable. Also, when you go in that home, be confident. Once again, I don't usually go in with a whole bunch of material. I send it prior to, but one thing that I'm going to do is, in this particular home, I'm going to have in my mind how many days, you know, a home in the area has been on the market. You know, as far as the price point of that particular home, I'm going to have all the CMA, if you will, the CMA information pretty much in my head. So I'm not going back and forth through looking through papers and shuffling. They're like, oh, wow, you know that off the top of your head, because I already previously sent it. They see it as well, and or they may pull that up. So taking that in consideration, it just basically displays the level of confidence that I have in not only myself, but the material that I'm providing prior to. Another thing is, once again, is just studying your listing prior to your listing appointment, studying your clients, studying their family, studying their comps, and they're also the neighborhoods. One thing that, you know, once again, the reason why I call this death by PowerPoint is you're not selling a PowerPoint. First off, you're selling yourself, and then you're selling their home. So just take that in consideration. You're not selling a presentation, because once again, everybody has, you know, the EXP presentation that they provide to you. and you can tailor that to your to kind of like your business. But ultimately, if they have another EXP agent come in, following right after you, they're going to see the same presentation. So once again, I think the best thing is just being relatable. Like if you're able to be relatable and actually connect with that person or that family, you'll get the listing 9 out of 10 times. Once again, I told you I won't be long. So what I want you to do, go ahead, throw your listing presentation out of the window. Throw it out the window, be yourself. You go in any particular home, be yourself, be knowledgeable, be confident. And when it comes down to it, you would never have the thought or the question in your mind, why didn't they pick me? Why not me? That's all I have.
All right, Cam.
Oh, sorry,
right.
sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 2 more slides. 2 more bullets. Always rehearse rebuttals. The easiest thing for somebody to do is tell you no. Have an answer to that no. Have an answer to that no. Keep the conversation going. And lastly, be a closer. That's all I have for you. I told you I wouldn't be long.
Awesome.
All right, Cam.
All right. Let's give Cam a hand. Cam say, throw that thing away.
Great job, Cam. Great job.
Yes.
Great. Great advice.
You don't need it
hearing
anymore.
different perspectives, guys. You heard Tim. If you were on last Friday for part 1, some people have presentations. Everybody has a different style, guys. So you have to find that style that works for you. But he sends the information ahead of time. He doesn't go in with a lot of things in his hands. So great job, Cam. Great job. Thank you so much for sharing. Hey, Cam, what's your mindset? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. You can answer.
Well, I just want to ask, what's your mindset? What gives you that confidence going in? These $1 million listings. We've seen you're on the team with us, and something has shifted these last few months, man. I guess you're in beast mode. I don't know. Can you just share your mindset? Like, is that what you expect to have as $1 million listings? I know. Go ahead.
So mindset is just, is when it comes down to it, I think it's really more so just going on and seeing what's on the market. And you're looking at the comps and you're seeing how you have these other agents just throwing homes on the market. And you have, say, for instance, clothes hanging off the doors, so forth and so on. So that kind of, if you will, fuels me. Because one thing is that I know the value that I can add, and one thing that I'm going to display is that I'm not going to be a lazy agent. You're going to get full service out of me. You pay 6%, you're going to get full service out of me. The house is going to look immaculate. I just had a couple listings on the market, and it's both of the listings or the agents that showed the listing kept asking, "Is this home staged? Is this home staged?" No, it's not staged. Only thing it is cleaned. So. Taking that in consideration, one thing that what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to, sell any of my clients short. Everybody gets, if you will, the same, if not better, media package. I go in, I show continuously, how I'm able to get homes on and off the market within 2 to 3 days. And how I can, add value to that particular client's life. And, I do the net sheets, but I send this out prior. Reason why I send a lot of my material out prior is because of the times that we're in regards to COVID. A lot of people don't want things, being touched or, whatever the case might be. So I send everything digitally. So taking that in consideration, I feel like every listing should be mine. And, I know that's, super aggressive, but ultimately at the end of the day, why not me?
It works for you.
Who's better than me? No, that's the kind of mindset I go in with. And going in with that mindset, if it doesn't actually happen, if I don't get a signed agreement, that's going to be something they regret, not what I regret. So that's just the mindset, because ultimately, it's going to come down to the home might not get sold. And guess what? They're going to give you that phone call. And then now they have either increase their price point because of the market shifting, and or they're going to have to come down in price because of the market shifting. But that's just something that they have to they have to take in consideration. And once again, just going in with the ultimate confidence that I know I can get it on, I know I can get it off. And one thing that resonated with me about a month ago, Pam said, do it scared. So it was the time that where I used to, didn't have the confidence and would say, I don't think that I can, sell a multi-million-dollar home. And then it became a time where I sold a multi-million-dollar home. And next thing you know, I said, hey, I'm just going to go up to Great Falls, McLean, and I'm going to sell a $3-4 million home. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the worst thing that they can say to you is no. No's never harm you, never hurt you or anything like that. Might hurt your pride a little bit, but at the end of the day, it gives you something to take back and learn from, to study from. And, once that happens, the next no, or your next no turns into a yes. And next thing you know, you have a $3-4 million listing.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Cam. Appreciate it.
Thank
Guys,
you.
Thank you for having me.
We got one more.
You did a great job.
We got one more speaker, but let's give Cam another round of applause. Awesome job, guys. We're getting at the top of the hour.
That was awesome, Cam. Good job.
Thank
And
you.
just a reminder, guys, for our fellow agents, we want to refrain from mentioning commission amounts, in public settings. So it is a violation. So don't say we got Mr. Guy Ellen on and Mike Houston's broker. So make sure we don't mention commission amounts.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
My apologies.
No, you good. All right. Arlene Christie. But great job, Cam. Great job. Great job. Arlene, are you up, ma'am? Where you? Oh, there she is. Can we spotlight her to Natasha? All right.
You're muted.
I think you're muted, Arlene.
Yeah. We can't hear you.
No, can't hear you. Arlene was having some challenges a little earlier getting in. But guys, you all enjoying this?
Yes. Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. Arlene, you're still muted for some reason. Is there a way we can? I think it's on her end. Let's see. Okay, she's coming in again. All right. As she gets ready, Mike, a guy, you had any takeaways? Any comments?
Yeah,
from any of our leaders?
I'll say something while we're waiting. Of course, when we started doing this presentation, somebody rang my doorbell. I had to run upstairs for a second, so I had to go.
Okay.
Sprinkler system guys here, he put in the sprinkler. But just want to say this is great information, and don't let it just be information. By the way, take some of these nuggets and implement them so you can utilize them in your day-to-day business. There's a lot of moving parts, and just get something that's comfortable for you to do, something that it becomes secondhand nature for you, so that when you go in to a house or you talk to a listing, doing a listing presentation, make sure that that the presentation or what you're going to talk about in advance. I also want to just give a couple of sites for those of you that are new, that haven't had a chance to go on a listing presentation. Get with your mentors to make sure that mentor goes out with you on your first presentation and helps you out if he can. If not, get somebody to go with you out there. The two sites that I want to give you that you can use to help you get listings. One is, and it's free now because it used to cost $150 a month, and then it's free. It's called Remind, Remine. It's either mine or D, remind.com. It's in your MLS dues every month. So go in there and use that, and it kind of helps you forecast who's ready to sell. Because if you don't know where to hunt, then you can't find any listings. So go to remind.com. It's in Northern Virginia. The REO business is getting ready to pick up again. So go to realtytrack.com. Those listings are popping up every day. I'm getting a lot of activity now that the moratorium has been lifted. So you want to prepare yourself to be able to do REO business. For 6 years, my business rode the REO wave. So if you're looking for listings and low-hanging fruit, that's an opportunity for you to go there. And last of all is homesnap.com. Everybody has access to that. Homesnap.com is something you can put on your phone. If you have a listing, that's an easy way for you to market out your listings, but the homesnap.com. So I just wrote those 3 down. I'm just really excited about and there was over 70 some people, 75 people on this call today, Rod. Just want to give you a big hand for pulling this together. Yeah, listen.
Yes, great job, Rod.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming on, guys. We're here every Friday just like this, just educating ourselves and help, pushing everybody to that next level. So thank you for being on, Mr. Allen. Arlene, can you try talking now? Now I see the mute button back or something on your spotlight. Oh my gosh, we can't hear Arlene.
Oh.
I made you co-host also. Natasha, is there any workaround? Are you able to dial in? Call me.
Arlene, at the bottom part of your screen, look at the button and make sure it's picking up on your microphone on your phone.
Yeah, it's in her settings. She's got to go to her settings, click on the microphone to the right. There's an arrow. Click that microphone and make sure that the right
microphone is selected because or did it call you on your phone or make sure your phone is unmuted?
Yeah, she may need to call you on the telephone, on her cell phone.
Yeah, Arlene, want to just call me? I'll call you and I'll hold the phone to the computer and I got your slides up and ready to go.
She has, are you on your phone right now? Okay, did the phone number call you or did you go in via Wi-Fi on your phone? Go in Wi-Fi, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Arlene, you might just have to call me.
Yeah, you have her presentation. She's gonna call and talk it through.
Hey, Rod.
Okay, I got you on speaker, Arlene. Can y'all hear Arlene?
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Yes, okay, everybody hears you. Okay, and I got your slide presentation up on the first slide.
Perfect.
Ooh, what a challenge this was for me to get in.
Man, no, it's all right. Arlene, can you tell us a little bit about your background? I know you're a rock star agent and killing it in the DC area, Northern Virginia, Alexandria, that market, luxury market agent, you're killing it. But just tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Yeah, of course, sure. And I know Rod's known me for over 10 years now. So yeah, I came from California, moved to DC. I've been an engineer. So my career was electrical engineering. I was a foreign military sales manager. Then I was a program manager at the Pentagon. And then I got married, had a baby, and I realized I need more time because we just logistically, my husband and I, who were just running a business as well, logistically, someone needed to quit their career, and I did not mind at all. So I've always had a passion for real estate. My entire family in California, like two of my sisters, they were realtors, and so I was already exposed to that business. So I decided to become a realtor with Keller Williams, and until Toya Vernon Watson and Rod Obi stopped me and said, "Hey, why don't you come to this EXP meeting?" And I never heard of EXP before, but I went to the meeting. They said a lot of good stuff. Most of it went over my head. I took notes. So when I went to interview with other brokerages, I realized, at least on paper, I'm like, wait a minute, nobody can beat EXP numbers. And I said, look, I came from a 6-figure income, engineering degree. I need to be in a brokerage that can at least will have the best opportunity for me to reach my old income. So I joined EXP. I've been with EXP for about 6 years now and loving it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Arlene. Good. And we're just going to hold our questions to the end. And if you want to go through your slides, if you want to.
Sure. I missed Tim's presentation and Cameron because I dropped my daughter at school and she's like 20 minutes away from home. So I apologize, but I'm sure they gave an explosive. I did see Cameron's presentation towards the end, and it was amazing. So I'm sure Tim and Cameron did a great job, and I'm sure you guys have already seen a lot of presentations. So I'm kind of going to go through mine really quickly. The main point here, because I'm sure you guys have seen your typical listing presentation that gives all the important factors to the sellers or to your lead seller clients. So my main slide here, I like to put, if you're going to show a presentation, you're going to give them, a hard copy or whatever. A lot of it is subliminal, right? So you want to be able to make sure your branding and the sold sign is constantly in front of your seller's eyes. Right? So you want them to know, oh, it's the Christic Group, and they sell houses, and they, and it's always sold. So when I first start, I tell my sellers, these are the two signs you're going to see with me. You're going to see my for sale sign, and you're going to see the sold sign, because that's what I do. I sell every home that I put in the market.
Wow.
Okay. So those are the two signs that I really want to make them have in their forefront of their mind as I'm talking to them. So if you go to the next slide, again, I have the sold sign and my branding sign. This is, again, just my view, the expectations, because a lot of these sellers also have very time limits. They have families, they have kids. So I want to let them know this is only going to be a quick 10, 15-minute presentation. Next slide. Again, your generic, tell me about your house. Go to the next slide. I talk about the CMA. Next slide. Talk about the pricing derivatives. A lot of this is just copy and paste. I pasted this from existing listing presentation templates in EXP. So nothing new here. But of course, to the sellers, it's new, right? They haven't seen this before. So I kind of explain things. The one of the advantages of having a PowerPoint is that depending on your sellers, a lot of them are very analytical. So they do want to see it in paper, the numbers, what you're telling them. So that they're very analytical. So sometimes these PowerPoints are very, very important. Next, marketing your property. Again, my sold sign is right there. We want the right price. We want to do great marketing, and we're going to sell your house. Then I tell them what's kind of unique about us, which is, I kind of tell them that, we're more in the digital age, that me and my agency are very unique because we have a broader range of marketing ability because of our technology and our collaboration with other agents. I really also tell them that when you hire me, you're not just hiring me, you're hiring hundreds of other agents that's going to help me advertise your house. Next slide, and then I put my track record, right? So I just tell them, so now that you've seen all of this, me personally, my average amount of time that I ratify in a house is 2 to 3 days. And I even tell them we can do it in 24 hours, but there's a strategy there, right? We don't want to do it for 24 hours, especially if we want a bidding war. We want to leave it in the market for a few more days so more of the public can see it. We want to wait for an open house. So when you see other agents saying, hey, we sold it 24 hours, that's great, but that's not my strategy. Even though we can sell your house in 24 hours, we want to wait for a few more days just to give them the buyers a chance to really fight for your house.
That's good.
So average sold price, I tell them it's 5 to 10% above asking. I have my
Arlene, I want to make sure I'm on the right slide.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I'm sorry.
Where
so
marketing? Let's see.
Digital.
So
you're right. I skipped a slide. Sorry. So I'm getting started. It's towards the end. It's number 9.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Getting started.
So getting started. So once I tell them about all the data and the strategy, then this is just my wrap up that we're going to start it. Once we agree on a price point for your house and I answered all your questions, then we're going to start preparing, right? And that I can list your home in less than 48 hours. But for me, it's usually, days because I stage.
Nice.
So you go to slide 10, and this is where I say, this is my track record. Once they see all that data and strategy, then you tell them, and this is my track record. So my average amount to ratify is 2 to 3 days. Average sold price is 5 to 10% above asking. I have a lot of 5-star, not a lot. All my reviews are 5-star, and I have client references available.
Awesome.
And again, every slide again, you have that sign, and this one I didn't have my my branding, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? That slide.
Walk and talk strategy.
So the next one is listing presentation plan B, and this is kind of what Cameron was also touching on. So I'll be honest with all of you, most of my listing presentations is this one. It's walk and talk. So my very first bullet there is, it's called use emotional intelligence. So before you meet with your clients in person, I've already had a conversation with them over the phone. If it's a referral, I get more information from the person who referred me about the sellers. They'll say, oh, they're such nice couples, or they're so casual, or they're just very down to earth, or they're a little bit more serious, or it's a doctor and it's a lawyer. So you kind of start using your intuition on what style you're going to present to them. Are they more of a PowerPoint type of clientele, or are they more of a casual clientele? Okay, so I use my PowerPoint for the more formal ones, right? And then I do the walk and talk for most of them. And only because when I do the power presentation, I did update my presentation, so this might be a little bit better than what I've used in the past. I tend to see people kind of getting lost or getting bored. Okay, they want to have more of a conversation with the agent. They want to get to know you. So my first bullet again is use emotional intelligence, how to present to them. Are they more casual? Are they more formal? Have your PowerPoints handy as a backup, just in case. Make them feel comfortable and familiar with you. I actually learned this from Rod, because Rod went with me to one listing presentation in Maryland, and I saw how Rod just started talking and started looking at the house, and it was just nice. It was a really, it was a quicker way for the sellers to kind of feel comfortable with the agents. Tell them to show you around the house, inside and outside. Make comments or ask questions, right? Sellers always love to show you their house. They love to show like the bad part of the house, and the great part of their house. Take notes while you're walking so they know you're paying attention and that you're taking notes, right? After that, discuss some of the things you noted about the house, and you want to stay on the positive side. You want to tell them your house is beautiful. I see a lot of the updates you guys made, a lot of the memories you made in this house. You want to kind of you want to stay positive about their house. Then you discuss strategy, right? You recommend to the seller to take notes. You want to keep them engaged, because like I said, you don't want them to feel bored or to look at you like the rest of the other agents just, saying the same thing. So I always tell them to take notes, and they like that. I feel like they're more engaged. I still show them paperwork, even if I don't do the power slide. I show them the comps of the house. I give them each a copy, if it's a couple. I also show them some of my marketing material. I say, this is how my flyers are going to look like. This is how I farm. This is what the buyers are going to get when they enter your house. Then I do a net sheet, because again, you want to keep them engaged, and you want them to feel like they have control over the strategy too, right? So you want to know. I think you have to scroll down. I know some of the bullets went past the page. You want them to have, you first want to have a sales number in mind, right? So you do the homework of how much you think their house should be listed for. But I don't tell them that first. I ask them what they think their house should be listed for and what profit margin they're looking for. And then when they tell me something, so let's say I think their house should be, $750, and they say, yeah, we think our house should be $800, then that's when I have that conversation, right? When I have to tell them what my research is, and what the best strategy is to list their house. By then, they already have this trust in you, okay? And by then, they want to send their trust in. They already have a certain level of trust in you. And at the end of the discussion, they pretty much agree to what I recommend as their listing price. And I tell them, depending on when we're going to go live, we have to do another reassessment because every week here in Northern Virginia, every week seems to change, right? It's a moving target because one house in the neighborhood might go for sale and it might go way above asking. Then we're going to change our strategy. Then we close as if you already got the listing. I don't ask about any other agents. I know there's some agents that say, what are you looking for in an agent? What are you interviewing other agents? I don't even talk about other agents. I close as if I'm the only agent they're talking to and that they already hired. They can tell me like, hey, we're just interviewing me. They can tell me that, that's fine. But I never talk about other agents. I don't ask about other agents. That's just my personality. So I just say, do you guys have any questions? What do you think about the strategy? Okay, so how about, what's the timeline that we want to sell? If they say, oh, March 1st, I'm like, okay, so how about I come back at mid-February, do another reassessment. We'll talk about the price again, and then I can start my staging at X amount of days. I give them T-minus 5 days. I said, I just need 5 days to set up my staging, to set up my professional photography. Then we go live on Thursday.
Wow.
So I was able to win. I don't have I could have a lot more listings, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on this year. But I had a no yet. I had one no 2 years ago, and I used the PowerPoint. I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming the PowerPoint, but I did. It was one of the times that I went through the entire PowerPoint. I did see them look bored a little bit. They were a very serious couple. I found they hired another brokerage, and it was a discount brokerage company. So I'm guessing it was a commission thing. I'm guessing, but I really don't know. I really don't know. So in conclusion, after hearing Tim, Cameron, and myself, at the end of the day, you have exactly what Cameron said, be you. What are you most comfortable in? And of course, you have to go outside of that comfort zone. I'm more comfortable to do walk and talk strategy, but I'm also comfortable to do the PowerPoint. So you really just have to use your emotional intelligence, do some homework on your clients before you meet with them, have your PowerPoint handy in case you were wrong, that they're not the walk and talk kind of people. But in my walk and talk strategy, I feel that the sellers have been more receptive. They leave my meeting happy with a big smile. They feel more relieved. So I've got a lot of good reaction on my walk and talk strategy. So awesome. We'll rock it. You just be confident and take notes. Learn from everybody like we all do. Copy and paste like we all do. And just go for it.
Awesome.
Awesome, Arlene.
Awesome,
Wow,
Arlene.
awesome.
Great job.
Wow.
Fabulous. Thank you. Awesome for sharing with us. Love it.
Yeah, that was awesome, Arlene. That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, how you doing? It's Keith from Virginia.
Keith.
Hey, what's going on? I got a quick question for, I guess, Tim. I heard you speak a little bit more to it or closer to it, and then all the other speakers can chime in. Just curious from, let's say, 800, assuming luxury homes, 800 to 800 and above. I mean, let's keep the threshold maybe 1.2. So we know there may be something a little bit more special. What type of budget do you have as a realtor that you, out of pocket, that you come out with for your photo drone staging, things of that nature? And how much of that do you pass through to your client? Or if you pass it through?
No, I don't pass anything through. I take on that cost. Depending on the type of house it is, you want to get, if it's just a house that's like real tight in the community, you might not want to do the drone footage, but you want to give them the most value you can. You know what I'm saying? You want to give them the drone footage. You want to give them the 3D. You want to give them the most professional service that you can do with them. Because one thing it's going to do, not only for that client, but as you get with your next $1 million client or high-end client, you're showing them exactly what you've done for your previous client. So you already establishing value up front. You want to, depending on, like I said, the house or whatever, I wouldn't put a limit on the budget, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that, it may be 500, it may be 1,000, because just the market that we're in right now, where houses are flying off the shelf, you may only just get the pictures in place and then you already have offers out the gate. If not, you may have the house, in different markets, the budget might have to be a little bit bigger. So you have to really kind of see what's going on in that market, in that community, because all communities are not exactly the same. So you got to just really determine. Go ahead, Rod. You want to chime in?
Let me ask Arlene that. Did you hear that question, Arlene? Do you pass it through and budget, and do you pass it on to your clients? I just want to hear one.
Oh, you mean like, do I charge my clients like photography and all that?
Yes.
I do not.
Okay. Yep. And Keith, I would say,
Of course, we want to talk about commission. We're not allowed to talk about commission, but yeah, I don't charge.
Right. And budget wise, anywhere 500 to 1,000.
Okay.
Hey, Rod.
Yes.
If I could add that, you can put a cancellation fee in there to recoup that cost in case you spend all this money and people decide, well, I'm gonna take it off the market now, so the cancellation fee on that listing to recoup your costs.
Oh, good. Guy, let's say cancellation fee. That's good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, guys, any other question for Arlene, our last speaker? Was there any questions for her? Okay, good. For anybody, any of the speakers?
I like what Arlene said.
We've got a couple of people have raised their hands, Rod, Mike Houston, and then Danette Lingo is on.
Okay. Danette. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, no problem. No, first of all, to all the speakers, hey, great, awesome information. I know I took a ton of notes, and I know each and every speaker well, and they're definitely speaking from experience. I see they're definitely making it happen. So this is a question for any of you that want to answer this, or each of you. If you can remember back or reflect back to the very first time you had a listing appointment for a price point that was way above anything that you've ever done, because maybe you were averaging 400,000 and now you get that first listing appointment for 800,000 or 900,000 or $1 million. What were some of the things that you did that gave you confidence in going into that appointment to win that appointment? The reason why I ask is because there may be some people on here that have a listing or will have a listing coming up into a price point that's way above anything that they've ever done. Maybe nervous, maybe scared, whatever, what do I do? But if you can reflect back, what are some of the things that you did or some of the help that you got to give you confidence to go into that appointment in a price point that was way above anything that you've ever done?
Hey, Mike, I know the question you asked, but I'm gonna give you the opposite of it that made me build confidence after I went to one and I did not do that. I had a broker and she wanted to sell almost $1 million house, and she was a big time broker in Tyson's, and she sells commercial properties, $2, $3, $4 million. But we knew each other from networking, so she really liked me and everything. Older lady, and so she said, Tim, I think I want you to sell my house, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, great, whatever name. And I said, she told me where her house was at, and I was like, okay, great. And I knew we had a great relationship from networking, and so I rolled up in there, and I kind of went with the route that we know each other. She's in real estate, I'm in real estate. I'm gonna go in here and, kind of, like you said, the walkthrough thing. And she, I went there and she said, so what do you know about my house? What do you know about the neighborhood? Well, what do you know about, you would say you can put on these websites. Well, what's the website? You said this one, well, name some of them. Well, she said, I don't think you did your homework, Tim. I mean, you're coming in here and you want to sell my house almost $1 million. I want to give you the listing, but I just don't think you're ready. And man, I shrunk down in the seat and I told her, I said, you know what? I'm not even worthy to sell your house right now. I had to be straight, but I said, let me just sit here and take out my pen and pad and learn from you. And she said, what are they teaching you over there? And but see, the thing was, I had done some listings without a presentation. So I just felt confident, and not that I wasn't, but she was a high level broker. So she wanted to see some paper. She was old school. You see what I'm saying? she wanted to see some stuff. And I was like, wow. Because she was asking, what's the school district? What's the, and I was like, man, she was just busting me up. And I was like, okay, from now on, I'm going to do my homework, have my information there. I go into a place now with the confidence that I already know the information. I've already researched, and I feel that they ask most questions, I'm going to already have the answer. So now I go in there with a posture that I can go in there and I can walk and talk it. But if there's somebody that was analytical, I have my presentation just in case. And it all depends on how I'm talking to them, how we flowing. You know what I'm saying? I just did a doctor not too long ago, and she was very analytical. She wanted to see some paper. Her husband, he was just like, let's just sign the paperwork, Tim. I ain't, you know, don't worry. But you got to play to both sides. So, you know, what builds confidence is you have your stuff together, whether you need it or not. You just need to have your stuff together because you don't know what personality you're going to run into. You got one shot to do it. So you just can kind of figure it out on the fly. You may put your stuff down and don't, like Arlene said, don't even open it up. But they may be somebody that way. But either way, you're confident in either way, you have to do it. So that's how I you know, roll.
That's awesome.
That's good. Appreciate your transparency, man, because sometimes the best teacher is our experience. You know,
experience, exactly.
He ate me up.
That's good.
Yeah. Anybody other speakers want to answer that?
Danette's hand is raised. Danette, Jeanette.
Okay. You go in there nervous. It's fine. It's normal. As soon as you start talking, I think for most of us, once we start talking, you know, maybe the first 5 minutes of the conversation with your clients, you start to realize, hey, you know what? I know what I'm talking about. I am a professional. They need me, right? They need me. So I'm going to do this for them. So, you know, it's just really your integrity and just everything you learn from even your previous careers. So, but it's okay to be nervous the first couple of minutes. It's, you know, that's normal.
That's good. Good. Okay. Danette Lindo, you have a question? Okay, maybe not. Okay. Any other, we go around, going once, going twice. Hey, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. It's 9:30. We're gonna wrap it up, but let's give everybody a round of applause again. All of our dynamic speakers.
That was awesome.
Great job.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this has been amazing, guys, and we're gonna put it on a downloaded the recording, put it on a YouTube link and share it. But thank everybody. Those are Dream Team. You know, it'll be in our Dream Team Nation and all Legacy Builders. We'll get y'all access to it as well. Thank you all so much for being on with us, guys. We're here every Friday, 8 a.m. So join us. We're going to have another amazing topic, Mastermind, on the next Friday as well. Big shout out to our leadership team, Guy Allen, Mike Houston, Mike and Tara, Legacy Builders Global. Let's give them a hand. Guy Allen. So thank you all so much. All right, guys, with any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Some of our leadership team, Dream Team, you guys can hang back for just like 2 minutes. Be much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Any closing, Natasha, did I miss anything? Natasha always keeps me straight. Did I miss anything, Natasha?
No, you're good. You're awesome. Thank you, everyone. You guys did an amazing job. We had a record number of 83 people at one point on the call.
Awesome.
Wow.
Final comments, Mike and Guy Allen, anything you guys want to say before we close out our leadership?
I defer to Mike. Thanks.
No, this is awesome. Hey, just run with what you learned, you know. So the key thing right now is application. So 2022 best year yet. So let's make it happen.
Make it happen.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, do we have any visitors on that are not with EXP?
Yes, my cousin Ronnie Bolware is on.
Welcome.
And she's in Maryland. I don't know.
Good. Also, welcome. Guys, we want to invite y'all Sunday night, 7 p.m. We if you go to explainexp.com, if you write that down, explainexp.com, if there's any guest or anyone that want to hear more about Exp Realty, definitely go to explainexp.com, register, and we'll be here Sunday night. It's our Sunday night live at 7 p.m. Sunday night live, 7 p.m. Our whole EXP team is talking about how this amazing company, EXP, and how it's taking the real estate industry by storm. So join us on Sunday night, 7 p.m., explainexp.com. Okay. Thank y'all.
One quick second before you guys hang up. My name is Sharon Lovelace. I am new to the group, and this has been wonderful. I just got my license probably 3 days ago. And I got invited to the meeting by Joy. And this has been phenomenal. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm in North Carolina also.
Awesome. What part of North Carolina, Sharon?
I live in Lake Norman, in the Cornelius area.
Oh, cool. I know where that is.
Awesome.
Good. You know exactly where that is.
Yeah. Well, I can't see who's saying that. Who knows exactly where that is?
Marcella video back on this, Pam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Statesville, right up the street.
Oh yeah. I used to work in Morrisville before. I was an underwriter before I got into this role.